What's up, everyone, and welcome back to talk about 4K. In today's movie, I'm super excited to talk about. It's never had a 4K release until now. Hell, it's never even had a Blu-ray release. That would be James Cameron's 1989 underwater science fiction epic, The Abyss, finally in 4K for the very first time in all its glory. For years, this is how I've watched it. DVD. I had a VHS also. Tape. It's terrible. Included with this release are both versions of the film. You have the standard edition and the 31-minute longer special edition. That vastly changes the story. You learn more about the underwater aliens and what their purpose is. Clocking in at just under 3 hours, it's the only version I watch, and you would never know it's 3 hours long.
I gotta tell you, I give this whole thing a sphincter factor of about 9.5.
A lot of people overlook this movie from James Cameron because it's situated in between 1986's Aliens and 1991's Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but they really shouldn't. It's a top-notch effort from Cameron. There's a lot of controversy around the release of this film in 4K. The same can be true of Cameron's other two movies that just came out on 4K, True Lies and Aliens. We'll be reviewing those two, so make sure you stop back. But after watching this movie, all I can say is, it looks fantastic. Never has it looked as good as it does right now. There's a few scenes that, are a bit colorless, but it looks pretty damn good. For the film purists that are out there, if you have a problem with this release, all I can say is, just keep watching this movie in 480p. That's good enough, I guess. I'll be watching this one. If you haven't seen this movie, let me get you up to speed. A top-secret U.S. nuclear sub crashes in the ocean, and Ed Harris and his gang of deep-sea drillers are called in to assist the Navy SEALs to recover the warheads and any survivors. Unfortunately for them, there is more down here in the deep seas than nuclear warheads, such as a strange angel-like visions crew members are seeing. Up top, tensions between the US and Russia have escalated, and a giant hurricane cuts the crew off from the people on the surface. It's up to Bud and his estranged wife, Lindsay, played by Mary Elizabeth Mastri-Antonio, to keep everyone alive and ward off Michael Biehn's Navy SEALs character, who has lost it without direction from above.
We have no way of warning the surface.
As I mentioned earlier, I thought the picture looked terrific. The 239:1 wide image in Dolby Vision has never looked this good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close outside of a few scenes. Being mostly underwater, the blue hues looked great, opposite the colors of the actors, including the alien species. I especially liked how the bubbles looked on screen. Blacks looked good, and the daylight scenes up top popped. I will say that the giant tidal waves looked a tad CGI-ish, but this movie is 35 years old now, so that's expected. The sound was presented in Dolby Atmos, which engages every speaker in your theater. Low-frequency effects rumble throughout the film, and the creepy score from James Horner adds some tension and suspense. There is excellent use of the surrounds in this. The bubbles sounded good, again with the bubbles. I really liked the score during the scenes with the aliens as it filled the room with excellent sound quality. As you would expect, dialogue was crystal clear. Special features are all on the included third disc, and I believe some of them were on the original DVD, but there are some new interviews also on there, such as a deep dive, which is a conversation with James Cameron, the legacy of the Abyss, Under Pressure, Making the Abyss, which is an hour long. There's an image gallery, and there's almost 3 hours of special features, all in all. Make sure you keep your DVD handy if you still have it, because there's some additional special features if you're in that type of stuff. So don't get rid of it. This is a must-own for any Cameron fan. But I would go as far to say it's a must-own for any film collector out there. For the film purists that are worried about how the AI is used to master this in 4K, go watch it for yourself before judging. It looks pretty good. And it's a great, underrated movie from James Cameron. 10 out of 10. Well, that's today's review. Come back again. Maybe we'll be watching True Lies and Aliens. Love Aliens. We're out of here.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, bruh.